Hello viewers, welcome to All Force e-learning app. Today we are going to discuss about your second chapter, that is of a globe. Okay, a globe that is a model of the earth. Okay, in this chapter we are going to learn about what is our earth consists of. What are the things that we can see on the earth? What are the things that it covers? Okay, why we call the globe as a model of the earth? What can be seen in that? These are all the things that we are going to discuss. And not only that, even you can observe some lines on the globe. What are these lines called as? Why we use these lines? Is these lines are used just to simply draw on the globe? Or is there any importance for these lines? All the things that we are going to discuss in this session. Okay. Before talking about the globe is a model of the earth. Okay. If you observe, Nana, you can see. If you observe, you can see we call it as a model of the earth. As you all know that the earth is in spherical shape. Okay, the globe is in spherical shape, as in the same way the earth is in the spherical shape and the geoid shape. Okay, and we cannot describe the shape of the earth as it is of round, it is of spherical. You can see the bulge over in the middle, right? You can observe. See, if you observe these globe, you can see little bulge in the middle. Have you seen the onion, children, everywhere? How the onion will be? If we compress a balloon, okay, if we compress a round balloon towards little closer, you can see the bulge in the middle, right? Such kind of shape can be observed by the earth. And you all, I think in the night you can see the moon. When it is a full moon, you will be enjoying, right? You will be, describing about the moon, what you can see in that, and what are one person have their own perspective, that they can see some tree, they can see some rabbit, right? So these are all the perspectives that we have, that we imagine in the moon. When the moon is in a round shape, okay, during the new moon and full moon days, you can observe the changes in the moon. When the moon is in a round in shape, you just imagine that, you will feel that maybe our earth is also in the same shape, right? The earth rises above the moon. The moon will be the down part and the earth rises up of the moon, which is in the same shape and the same things that you can see, right? And this earth consists of a land. Okay, when you see the globe, you can find, when you see the planet earth, you can find which is of blue in color mostly, right? So these blue in color represents water. Okay, so now let us write what this earth consists of. This earth consists of, the land, water, next you can see oceans, that is nothing but it is included in this, right? And also you can see the continents, right? And also you can see some countries, right? So these are all the things that we can see in the globe, and we can locate the places, or we can analyze we can see the globe and we can locate the places easily, and we can analyze these places by seeing this globe. See children, now whatever you are seeing, Nana, this is of world. Okay, these places you can see. As you all know that we have a 7 continents as well as 5 oceans. What are the 5 oceans we have, children? What are the 5 oceans we have? That is Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, Arctic, as well as Antarctic. Yes or no, children? You can see the 5 oceans. That's the reason you can see blue in color, which is more on the globe that you observe. So these are the 5 oceans that we can locate over here. So children, I'll show you one ocean for you people, now. Fine. Yeah. See Nana, this is of Indian Ocean, right? As you all know that about your map, that is of your country India. So down of it you can see the ocean. Am I right? So this is the Indian Ocean which locates down of the country. So we call this ocean as the Indian Ocean. Okay? And there are the ocean which is of the two, that is Arctic Ocean and Antarctic Ocean. This Arctic Ocean and Antarctic Oceans are located in the freezer zones because as it is near these two edges. Okay? What are these two edges? I'll discuss later, but when we are talking about oceans, let us talk only about the ocean. So they locate the up, one is at the up and one is at the bottom. And these zones occurs, the freezed area means cool areas. So the Arctic comes under the frozen and even the Antarctic also. But you know these Antarctic Ocean, we can see the ice shield. Okay, not the water beta, ice shield. Ice shield is nothing but, for example, you have dropped the water in your ice cube tray and you placed in the refrigerator, right? When you take out after 1 or 2 hours, you can see the very thick ice cubes which are formed in that, right? The same kind of things, the same kind of climate, the same kind of water, the same kind of area can be observed in the Antarctic Ocean. And you know children, in the Antarctic Ocean it's very difficult to live, okay, because of its cold area, the frozen area, we cannot live in the Antarctic Ocean. So the population we cannot expect. Most of the research stations have been fixed in this Antarctic Oceans. Okay, and coming to the next one, as you all know that we have the 7 continents. Okay, we have the 7 continents. What are the 7 continents we have, children? The first, like the North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia. Okay, what is it? So we have the 7 oceans, 7 continents, that is North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia. As we discussed about the last, that is of reason, that is of Antarctica, which is of a frozen area. Okay, so we cannot live in this, children. Okay, so these are the 7 continents that we have and we usually live in this area. Okay, as you all know that the area which is of Europe and Asia jointly, combinedly, we call it as a Eurasia. Okay, so these are the 7 continents we have, that all the 7 continents that you can see over here. For example, children, I'll show you. This is of Europe, okay, the Africa, okay, and this is the comes under this part of, that is of Asia. Yeah, this is North America, this is South America, okay, and the Antarctica is over Australia. Yeah, so these are the 7 oceans, 7 continents that we have and the 5 oceans. Okay, now let us discuss about the shape. As we discussed about the shape, as you have a doubt, children, now I will show you a practical example to you. For example, as we are living on the earth, right, as we are living on the earth, you may have a doubt, madam, when the earth is in a round shape, we are living, it is not in a flat shape, how can we live there? We won't fall from that. You have this doubt. For example, if I keep this chalk on this and if I just rotate, as because of this axis line it may happen, but when it comes to here, Nana, will it stand? Will this chalk piece stand over here? No. But when it rotates in this way, if I make this chalk over here, will it? Yes. You know, there we cannot fall on this. Why? Because as you all know that when you are playing, when you are going to CCA and everywhere, you may fall, right? When you are going to play outside during your CCAs, like you know, co-curricular activities, that every time you will be having a fun in the ground, right? While you are playing, you may fall on the ground, but we may not fall. Okay, we may not fall. We never fall off the earth. Why? Because it pulls us towards the side of the earth. This earth pulls towards it because as it contains, as it exists with a magnet. Okay, as it contains the magnetic force, it never allows us to fall off from the earth. That's the reason we cannot see any sort of movements as we are going, as we are about to fall. Okay, so this is one of the important information, one of the important note, and one of the important precious thing that the nature has created to us. Okay, this is an important thing that we have learned in this particular position of the earth. Why people will not fall fall off from the earth. Now next, let us discuss about, see here, how we are discussing that earth is in geoid shape, or earth is in sphere shape, or earth is in round shape. Actually, who are the people who told us? See, there are some scientists who are from India and Europe. The scientists from India and Europe, these scientists proved that the earth is in a round shape. Okay, the earth is in round shape. That's the reason we can see the Portuguese sailors, like the Vasco da Gama, if you take the Columbus, if you take, they started their journey in the form of a circle. But unfortunately, the Columbus discovered the area that is of North America, and whereas the Vasco da Gama, he discovered his route to India. So in this way, we just come to know that the earth is in a spherical shape or round in shape. Is it clear, children? Now next, let's move on to the next topic. Okay, our next topic is yes, children, as you can see here, okay, as you can see, as just now I discussed about you, that you can see lines and everything. But what are the two things that we call it as? Just now I told you the top and bottom. We can see the the freezed the oceans, which is of Arctic and Antarctic, I told you. But what is the bottom and top is called as? Okay, so this is what that we are going to discuss now. The bottom and the top, that we call as the North and the South Pole. The North and the South Pole. As we discussed in the previous class, when I discussed regarding the maps, with the help of the direction. Okay, so this North and South Pole, with the help of the directions, we can able to know the places which is covered on the globe. So this is a top. At the top, it is showing the symbol which is of, I'll show you, they'll be giving us, yeah, here it is there, Nana, you can see, yes, you can see, children, as they have given the hint, that the top is at the north and the south is at the down, that is of bottom. So we can assume that this is a north and this is of south, right? So when I told you at that time how to assume when if it is of north at the top and south at the bottom, so we can assume it that our right hand, okay, So when we are talking about the direction, this is of north and this is of south. Every time, remember children, when we are facing towards in this direction, our right hand shows the east and the left shows the west. And one more thing, that when we rotate the globe, when we look at the globe for the places, children, don't come from east to west. Okay, don't come from east to west. Okay, because the earth rotates from west to east in this direction, towards this direction. Okay, from west to east. Okay children, so in this way we can able to know the directions of the globe or the directions of the earth surface. As we discussed about the directions of the map earlier, and the directions of the globe will be different, because there we have just, as it is a flat, we can able to see everything, but it is of a shape, a true shape of the earth. It is of true shape of the earth. What we have to do? We have to make a revolve. We should make a circle, a round, right? So when we do it, we have to do in the direction from west to east, but not east to west. Okay, in this way these directions help us. As you all know that these are the four directions what we call as a cardinal directions, and the middle between we have the other four directions, that is of northeast, southeast, southwest and the northwest. These directions we call it as the intermediate directions. So is it clear children till here, the directions how to find on the globe and how we represent the south and the north pole? And before this Nana, as I want to tell you that, as you can see this part, so this is one of the imaginary line. This is one of the axes which shows us from the north to the south pole. So with the help of this axis line, we consider it as it is tilted. As it is tilted, you can see the position, Anna. You can see it will bend towards a one side, right? So because of this axis line, it rotates, it revolves. Okay, so this imaginary line, this axis line also help us to find the area or locate or analyze the area easily on the globe. Okay, now next let us go with the next topic, that is of the next topic, that is lines on the globe. Okay, lines on the globe. When you see the lines on the globe, children, you can observe lines over here. Children, you can observe the lines. Can you see the lines better here? See, I'll just show you the plane area. Yeah. You can see the line. You can see a box over here. Right? This box and this lines you can observe. What are these lines called as? Why these lines are drawn or made on a globe? That we will discuss now. So these lines on the globe are of two important lines. One is of latitudes and the other one, that is of longitudes. Latitudes and longitudes. What are called the latitudes and what are called the longitudes? The latitudinal lines, the latitudes are the lines which are parallel to each other, which means we can see these latitudinal lines, that is of horizontal lines. You can see children, this is horizontal lines, right? So these horizontal lines are called latitudes. Now I will show you two diagrams. I am going to make it now. Okay, just imagine that as it is of Earth. as you can represent, there is a tilt over here. This is of north, this is of south pole. So this is nothing but what we can see a globe format of a, what exactly that we can make it over here. Okay, now it can be tilted, and this is of 80 degrees. Children, see, I am writing this 80 degrees to in which position, Anna? In the north position. So this comes under the 80 degrees north latitudinal line. Okay, and the 60 degrees north latitudinal line, and the 40 degrees north of this latitude, and the next 20 degrees. And you have a doubt, madam, is it called 10? No, it's not 10. It is a 0 degrees, which means it is called equator. Okay, then you got a doubt, madam, all these lines you have drawn with a the line, but you have made this line in the form of dots. Why? What is the special of this line? You have a doubt of this, right? So before going to explain this, let me write this degree. Okay, as it is of one more line down of this 0 degrees. So this is 20 degrees. But Nana, what is this? This is of south pole. So as we are coming down, this is towards the direction south. We write 20 degrees south. The same goes on extend till the 80 degrees of the south pole. So you can observe, you can see the difference over the north and south. In between these, you can see one dotted line, right? So this dotted line is called as an equator. Okay, it is called as an equator. This is one of the important line of a latitude. This equator shows us, this equator helps us to divide, to make a part of two equal. That is, we can see, we can experience, or we can make the segregation of two hemispheres, that is of a two hemisphere, that is the northern hemisphere and as it is in the south pole, no? So this comes under the southern hemisphere, right? That is of a northern hemisphere and this is of southern hemisphere. As it is dividing two into equal halves or not? Yes or no? So shall we consider this as one of the important line? And one more thing, this line is the longest latitudinal line. Okay, this equator, this line consists a longest latitudinal line. Then I will show you the equator on this globe. You just observe, children. See, you can see one dot here, Nana. This is a of equator line. So as it is covering the whole earth, as it is covering the total, so we can consider that but when it goes to here, it will be covering only the half. The other half will be the other latitudinal lines, right? But this is the only one line which is having a long, as it started with here and it is ending with the, see, you can see again the dotted point over here. Can you see? The same way I'll do it over here to show, to make you change. See, Nana, this is a line that we can see again if you rotate. So with this, with the help of these dot marks, we can identify the places easily. And the place which is near the equator, which symbolized as it is a middle area, and it is got a name of the equator, which is very closer, very near to the equator. Just you can see on the equator line this place, equator, which is in South America. Okay, so these are the important, these are the lines what we call as a latitudinal lines. But there are some important lines of latitudes. Nana, regarding this important lines of latitudes, I'll just show you, I'll just write the names of it. But regarding this important lines of latitudes, you'll be learning in your next classes, in your higher classes. Okay? I'll just make it. I think you have studied in your 5th class. Yes, children? You have studied about this important lines of latitudes in your 5th class. But even though once again I'll show you. Dotted lines symbolize equator, right? Tropic of Cancer, and this is Arctic Circle. As you all know that this is in the North Pole. And next coming to here, this is Tropic of Capricorn. And this is nothing but Antarctic Circle. As it is in the South Pole. And you can see one imaginary line, that is the axis. So the equator always stands at the 0 degrees. And this is of 23 degrees. Which side, Nana? This is of north. And this is 66.5 degrees. 23.5 degrees north. 66.5 degrees north. And you can see again the 90 degrees over here. The same repeats over here, 23.5 degrees south, 66.5 degrees south, and again 90 degrees. So these are the important lines of latitudes. With the help of these lines, we can see so many miracles. We can know so many things. You know, these lines help us to know the heat zones of the earth. Okay. There are 3 different heat zones of the earth. That is, the first one is torrid zone, temperate zone, and the freeze zone. The torrid zone comes under near the equator. Temperate zone comes under near the Tropic of Cancer towards north, Tropic of Capricorn towards the south. And the freeze zones which are near to the poles, these comes under the freeze area. That is of Arctic Circle as well as Antarctic Circle. Okay, children? Now these are the important lines of latitudes and the lines of the latitude. Now next let us go with the longitudes, longitudinal lines. Okay, now let us discuss about the longitudinal lines. And these longitudinal lines will do it, children. We will take the position over here as it is of, every time remember children, this will be of 0 degrees. And this is south and this is north. Okay. I am just drawing. So this is of 30 degrees south. 60 degrees south. 60 degrees south it is, and this is 90 degrees south, 120 degrees south, 150 degrees south, and when it comes to here it becomes 180 degrees. Okay, and again we will do the same this side also, the same Nana. See, sorry, this is in the south direction, this is of west as it is towards west, it is of west, west. Now we will go with the east. So 30 degrees of east. Next 60 degrees of east. 90 degrees of east, 120 degrees of east, 150 degrees of east, that is again the 180 degrees of east. So these are the important the longitudinal lines, how we do it. See, as you have seen in the lines of latitudes, we have separated, we have divided the south, north as well as the south. Okay, we have divided these two parts into two equal halves. One is of northern hemisphere and the other one is of southern hemisphere. Now what we are doing? With the help of this 0 degrees, we are segregating eastern line and in between the west line. So this 0 degree line, we call it as a Greenwich line. Okay, and this 180 degree line, this 180 degree, so this is called as a Greenwich, and this 180 degree is called as a international dateline. Okay, international dateline. So regarding this Greenwich line as well as the international dateline, you are going to learn detailedly in your higher classes. Okay, so till here, is it clear everyone? Now next, let us discuss why we are using this latitudes and longitudes. Okay, so when it is drawn in this shape, Nana, as well as the longitudinal lines are vertical in shape. So when we have seen the latitudes which are in a horizontal, when it comes into the vertical, we can see this boxes, right? You can see that shape over there. Am I right? So this kind of box you can see which looks like a net. You can observe the position of that, Nana. It looks like a net. Am I right? So when we join these two lines together on the globe, on the earth, it looks like a net kind of a structure. But regarding this grid lines, we will be learning next year. But the box which is formed over here, it is easy for us to locate that particular box space is called as a grid box. Okay, this is a box which we call it as a grid box. This grid box help us to locate the places easily. Why? Because each and every grid has its own, the number. For example, I am giving just A, B, C, D, E, F. So when we go with a line of 30 degrees, latitudinal line which is of F, okay, then immediately we can find the place in that box which is of F. The area which is located in that F, we can identify easily. In the same way, Nana, if you observe, so this is the box that you can see. I'll show you an area. Yeah, you can see, Nana, in the South America, you can see a box where you can see the countries which are of, the Colombia, the Venezuela, right? And here also you can see one of the box that where Brazil is located. So it is very easy for us to locate the areas with the help of this box, that is a grid box. So children, this is all about your lesson of today's, that is a globe, a model of the earth. Okay, and in this model of the earth, we have learned about the important lines of globe, the latitudes and longitudes, and how can we locate the place easily. So these are all the things that we have learned in this chapter. Okay, fine.